What's up, everyone? I'm Aaron the Toy Enhancer, and welcome to the channel. We're gonna do some paint. I was totally inspired by one of my buddies on YouTube, Gun Bunny Customs, and Gun Bunny did a Python Patrol stinger, and it looked great, man. It was done in a yellows and grays and blacks. It looked great. So I was inspired to do my own Python Patrol, and I'm gonna do it in the crimson. I guess it's almost like a burgundy, but as you can see, we already broke down the body, and there's a couple videos that I've done and Gun Bunny has done on how to break these things down. Fairly simple. All it is a bunch of screws and a couple plastic pieces that need popped out of the headlights and whatnot. Very simple to do. And these are all the parts. I think I'm just going to keep all the parts gray and everything for this build. And what this is going to be is a simple paint job that you can do at home. And I'll explain how that is going down here in a minute. You see I have my dash. Just all the parts out, because I don't want to get any paint on them. Even the doors and windshield pops out. Everything comes out nice. Just takes a screwdriver and, like I said, maybe some pliers to push on some plastic pieces and whatnot. Anyways, what I did is not everyone has airbrush and access to like good paint or want to spend money on good paint. So what I did was, let me get the paint. I just picked up Home Depot paint to show you guys that you can still achieve a good paint job even if you're just going to use spray paints, okay? So it's still going to come out good. This is just a Rust-Oleum. Bonds, just make sure it bonds the plastic, wood, metal, everything. I opted for the gloss. And, I just hit on the color that I was looking for. And this was, you can buy this at Walmart, Home Depot, wherever. And then there's one more crucial element. That is the Mod Podge. You definitely want to put this on if you're going to put like tape and stuff. It just makes it a lot easier. This is like a sealant for your paint, and I use it a lot. I use it with my when I customize action figures and stuff. And it's just a cheap man's way of making sure his paint's gonna stay on the figure or whatnot. Stuff works great. I put a couple coats of this really lightly, 2 or 3 you can do. Just apply them as light as you can each time. Same with this. I put on about 2 coats of the Mod Podge. So spray form, very simple to do. No fancy paint, no airbrush. And then what we're gonna do, because we all know that Python Patrol has that pattern, diamond pattern, kind of like a snake. That's why I like it so much. I picked up some pinstriping tape, and this is just regular masking tape. And it comes in 1/8, quarter, 1/2 inch, so on and so on. So I have to determine like which one I'm gonna use here in a minute. It's between these two. This is too small, but it's between these two, and I'm really torn like on how wide to make this. So we're gonna tape it up in a minute. I'll show you guys the process of that. It should look pretty cool on some time lapse, and we'll paint it out, and I'll show you guys how to paint a stinger with just spray paint. Nothing fancy. No, we're not gonna whip out the airbrush on this one at all, because I know a lot of people like just don't have airbrushes or want to spend the money on it and whatnot. So this is gonna be the old school way of painting a toy. All right, so let's get started. All right, guys. So I got my little makeshift cardboard paint booth here. I guess you can say it's fine. We're not going to be doing a lot of spraying, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some black first, and then I'm just using what I have. I have this roof accessory paint. I've used it before as a primer on a lot of toys, and it bonds really good. So, and then I have some more Rust-Oleum for the silver, because if you look at a Python Patrol plane or whatever, any toy, they have that silver accent. I really wanted to get that in there, but I think I need to start with the black first. First time I've ever done this, so we're winging it. But I'm gonna lay down the black first, and then I'm gonna hit some silver where I want it. And it's with the silver, it's just a choice of like where you want these accents, because there is no stinger. There is a stinger that's Python Patrol, but I looked at it and it just doesn't have the silver accent, so there's no clean pattern or example of where to lay this stuff. So I'm just gonna pick it as I go. We'll put that silver in there though, because I think it has to have it right after we lay some black. All right, everyone. So everything's basically dry. I just got some little bit of puddling there where the tape was lifted and couldn't get it into every nook and cranny. Don't really worry about that, because this Python Patrol pattern isn't exactly like perfect. If you look at the other toys, it's more of like a wavy netting than a very straight netting. So this isn't gonna exact match the toys, but it's close. You know, it's close to the vintage look. One thing I wanted to bring up was that one of our good friends, Triple C, wanted one of these, and I told him I would paint one up in hopes that he might like it, and then if he likes the way it looks, then maybe we can work out a little trade or anything. And now that I turned it at an angle, there's a couple spots that I just want to hit with some black that I kind of missed here and there. So since this black dries super quick, I'm just gonna hit it really quick. And don't be scared to look over your work like this. Like I was about to peel the tape off, but we're just gonna hit a few little spots that I'm not liking. Try not to get too much on my hands and whatnot. All right, but yeah, don't be scared to do that. It only takes like 20 minutes for that stuff to dry on this paint. Most paints do dry relatively quick, but anyways, we're gonna peel the tape and work it off, and we're gonna give it like a good sealant, so everything should be okay as far as the paint job. It should be pretty durable. None of my other trucks that I've done, I did the Chevy truck with this stuff, and I actually hand brushed the Chevy truck, you can barely tell, and then I covered it with this and came out perfect. So don't be scared to like paint stuff. Even if you don't have like an airbrush, you can still like get the same effect. All right, guys, so she's pretty dry. Just a few little small wet spots, shouldn't harm it. And let's go ahead and start peeling some paint or some tape and see exactly how this is coming out. It's my Python Patrol pattern. It's not exact to the vintage, but close enough for what I'm going for, and it looks pretty dope. We'll get it back together and see how it looks all back together. All right, everyone. After deep consideration of I just felt like too much burgundy was popping through it, so I went a size down on the tape, like to the next size, so it's half of what the thickness was. In the beginning of the video, I was contemplating between these two, which one would be better, and I should have went with the thinner one, but I'm gonna correct it. I was gonna put it all back together, but I knew if I did that I would regret doing what I'm doing right now. So it's okay for mistakes to happen like that, and you know, sometimes you gotta correct things. You know, you'll run into something you just don't like, and it's better to fix it right then and there, especially with modifying toys, because you'll find yourself tearing it apart later because it's just driving you nuts on the shelf. And did a pretty good job, I think. You just had to stay on one side of the pattern that I already had, and let's go ahead and spray it out and see how it's gonna look. Alright, everyone, this is my final result on the paint job, and I went with the thinner striping. I'm digging it. I'm really digging this one. It looks good. It's not perfect, it has little flaws here and there, but man, I like that. I think it looks awesome. realistic as Python Patrol can get, because it is a crazy color scheme. But yeah, man, let's see if we can slap this guy back together and get this video launched. Oh, really quick, I wanted to show that there's tiny little grooves right here that your dash is going to actually like click into, and you have to make sure that you hit those grooves, otherwise your dash is not going to line up correctly. And it is a pain in the butt. It has given me some challenges. You'll actually hear the click once you do get it right, though. Probably one of the, there it is, one of the tougher things to do. I didn't quite understand it at first, and even when you pull it out, you'll feel the click click. You'll feel like you almost broke something, but it's just a tight click that keeps that dash in there. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the parts on. Alright guys, so here it is. This is my Python Patrol Stinger. As I was putting the parts on and the wheels, and I was hoping for this to all just like come together, and I'm really happy with it. I'm telling you, it's between the gray and the, you know, the burgundy and blacks. I think it complements all the accessories, and the yellow fire extinguisher
we're going to get a better look at it, and I'm going to put it on the review table. But I have some missiles drying. Of course, I'm going to do them in yellow. And I might accent some pieces like Gun Bunny Customs, you know, painted this little vent yellow and or his was green because he was going to change the color scheme. But I might do that yellow and do some little yellow accents maybe on some items. But I'm really digging it, even to the gray shovel, the engine. I put a little paint on there. Like, I'm really happy with the way everything came out, and it's very Python Patrol. Digging it. Let's put it on a review table and take a look.
All right, everyone. So here we are. We got the whole Python Patrol crew out. Can you believe we are already 7 deep into this sub team, and it's getting huge. The only vehicle we have, of course, is the Trouble Bubble, so I just had to make this Python Patrol Stinger. I finally got my missiles on. You see all the silver accent that I did to it. It was pretty fun. It was a fun paint job. And again, nothing complicated. I just did this with spray paint. So I hope I inspire someone to at least give it a try at home. And worst case scenario, if you mess up, you know, you can always paint it over. So came out pretty nice. Probably a little bit of touch up I'm going to do on the missiles. We did some little silver on the bumper there. Put everything back on it. Came out good. I'm stoked. And I love Python Patrol. I think the you know, everything is original except for the paint job. So it has the original tires. You know, of course, all the gray accents. I think it really goes well, and actually complements it. So did a little engine work. Nothing too fancy. Just, you know, put a little chrome on it, a little black on it, and that was it. But other than that, it's all stock. So tell me what you guys think. Are you down with Python Patrol? Are you ready for some Python Patrol vehicles? I know I am. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next time.
Give it to me like